So the Pocket 6K has just been released yesterday morning. Honestly, it looks so good for the money. You know, it's twice the cost of the 4K, but you are getting like the 6K, you're getting the 2x anamorphic modes, you're getting a lot of extra features for not a lot of money. And when I was looking through all the different blog posts and kind of trying to find out all the information about this camera, one kind of theme in the comment section was that this Pocket 6K is going to kind of replace the Pocket 4K, and the Pocket 4K is basically being superseded. But that's not really the case. The Pocket 6K actually has a huge flaw, especially when it comes to filmmakers and cinematographers, and that is that they've chosen to use a Canon EF mount. A Canon EF mount is an older style lens mount, so it's designed for single lens reflex cameras. And when you had that kind of DSLR revolution, Canon were kind of pioneering that. Well, Magic Lantern was really pioneering that. So Canon EF became like a really well-known and well-used mount in filmmaking, especially DSLR filmmaking. But as more mirrorless cameras came out, mirrorless proved itself to be a much better format. Basically because a mirrorless mount, you can then adapt to use Canon EF mount, you can use Nikon F mount, and most importantly, you can use PL mount. So the PL mount is what you use for all cinema grade lenses. Due to issues with the flange depth and the back focus, there's a big problem with adapting EF to PL, and also loads of other types of lenses. The much better choice for the Pocket 6K, if they did want to appeal to filmmakers and cinematographers, would have been a Canon EF-M mount. This is the mirrorless equivalent for APS-C sensors, and would have made perfect sense for this camera, making it much slimmer like the Pocket 4K. And because the EF-M mount has a flange focal distance of 18mm, which is much shorter than the Canon EF mount of 44mm, you could then adapt that mount to fit most types of lenses. If Blackmagic had put an EF-M mount on it, they could have even launched the camera with Canon's official EF-M to EF adapter. This adapter costs less than £100 new, so I'm sure for not a lot of extra money, they could have actually done it that way. And using a Canon EF-M mount would also take advantage of all the extra features this camera offers. For the full 6K readout, you could use any of your Super 35 or APS-C lenses. The center crop would work with any Super 16 lenses with a very slight crop. And the 2x anamorphic mode means you could use proper PL mounted anamorphics with this camera. It also means that you could use full frame to EF-M speed boosters, which means that you could gain an extra stop of light and use your full frame lenses on the Pocket 6K. But with the EF mount as it currently is on the Pocket 6K, none of this would be possible without massively modifying the front of the camera. And this is one of the strengths of the Pocket 4K. Because a Micro Four Thirds mount, like any other mirrorless mount, is so flush to the body, it's basically like having a adaptable lens system, similar to what you get on the Red systems, where you can kind of bolt on an EF mount, you can bolt on an F mount or a PL mount. There's just loads more room to play with for third-party companies who are creating adapters when using a mirrorless mount. And the thing is, I know that Blackmagic wouldn't have made a mistake by putting an EF mount on the Pocket 6K. This is definitely a kind of calculated move on their behalf. For the majority of users who are going to buy the Pocket 6K, this really isn't going to be an issue for them, as EF mount lenses are so widely available and there's so many high quality EF lenses to use. But Blackmagic's decision to use the EF mount on the 6K actually gives the Pocket 4K a lot of value. I think if the 6K was released and it had a mirrorless mount on it, a lot of filmmakers, including myself, wouldn't give the Pocket 4K a second look. But because it hasn't, the two become slightly different machines. So for someone like myself who does a mix of corporate and creative work, I can see the Pocket 6K kind of filling the corporate side really well, especially being able to kind of crop in on the 6K footage and still offer a 4K deliverable. And with the Pocket 4K offering kind of cinematic lens choices and still offering incredible low light quality and bit depth and resolution, the Pocket 4K would be my go-to cinematic camera. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'd be really interested to hear you guys' thoughts on the Pocket 6K and also on their choice of the kind of EF mount. Definitely start a discussion and kind of put your thoughts down there. Anyway, thank you for watching this video and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one.